In this video, I'll guide you through how to book expenses and reimbursement of expenses in Zoho Books. By the end, you'll know exactly how to record an employee reimbursement so your accounts stay accurate and up to date. First, open your browser and go to the Zoho Books website, then log into your account as you normally would. Make sure you're in the correct organization or company file if you manage more than one, because the expense will be saved there. Once you're in Zoho Books, look at the main navigation menu. You'll want to find the section labeled Purchases. This is where Zoho groups all of your spending, such as bills, vendor payments, and expenses. Click on Purchases to open that area. Inside the Purchases section, you'll see several options. Look for the one labeled Expenses and click on it. This is where you'll be able to see all existing expenses and add new ones. It's a good idea to quickly scan the list to confirm you're not accidentally duplicating an expense that has already been entered. To add a new reimbursement expense, go to the top right of the expenses page and click on the new button. This opens a new expense form where you'll enter all the details. Take a moment to let the page load fully before you start typing so nothing gets missed. At the top of the expense form, start by selecting the date. Choose the date that best matches your internal policy. Some businesses use the date on the receipt, others use the date the reimbursement was approved or paid. Just be consistent with whatever your company has decided, because this affects your reports and period totals. Next, move to the expense account field. From the list of accounts, select the expense account called Employee Reimbursements, or the closest equivalent in your chart of accounts. This account choice is important because it tells Zoho Books that this spending is related to reimbursing an employee rather than a normal vendor purchase or another type of cost. Now, fill in the main details of the expense, enter the amount of the reimbursement carefully, and double check it against the receipts or documentation you have. Then set the amount is option according to whether the amount includes tax or is before tax. This ensures that tax is calculated correctly in your financial reports. Choose how the reimbursement was paid under the paid through field. This might be a bank account, petty cash, or another payment method that you've already set up. Then select the appropriate tax if it applies in your region. After that, choose the vendor if you use a vendor name for this type of expense, and fill in any reference number such as an internal request number or reimbursement form number. Use the notes field to briefly describe what this reimbursement is for, like travel, supplies, or client-related costs. Clear notes will make it easier to understand later. If this expense should be associated with a specific customer, select that customer's name in the customer field. This is especially useful if you plan to bill the expense back to the customer or track profitability by client. Once everything is filled out and you've reviewed it for accuracy, click Save. Zoho Books will then record the reimbursement expense, and it will appear in your expense list and reports. That's all you need to do to book expenses and reimbursement of expenses in Zoho Books.